What's up guys, welcome back for another Yu-Gi-Oh! Pro Duel video. The new Nordic monster was revealed almost a week ago. Finally, let's try it out. This is Monster Mash featuring Light of Sekka. Of course, a couple of reasons since this new Nordic monster. Well, when Nordics were first released years ago, everyone thought, including myself, like this archetype or this card series isn't really that good. But with this new Link monster, with your Gullveig, with only one card, well, two technically, since they also got like a new level 4, your Elvis, I believe the name is. This deck got a huge boost. It's not on top tier level, top tier status, but it's definitely quite okay. Definitely can do some nice plays. Your Gullveig banishes cards from either on your side of the field, well, monsters that is, or from your hand, and then you can special summon Nordic monsters from your deck equal to the amount of cards you banished. So then, you know, perfectly, and that's you see here in the deck are the Thunder monsters. You know, the Thunder Dragon, Bolt Dragon, Avian, etc, etc, to gain those extra effects when they are banished off of Gullveig's effect, right? So it won't be like no advantage if you use Gullveig's effect, and that's why I play this pretty much like a Monster Mash 40 card deck. Although Gullveig has a big restriction, is that as soon as you use her effect, after that you cannot special summon other monsters, so that's quite big and a problem, since again I'm looking at Super Bolt Thunder Dragon, one of your boss monsters from the Thunder archetype, and since in most situations you first have to go for Gullveig opening up an extra monster zone in your main monster zone, but again, you want to use that for a Nordic, you know, an Acer, Synchro summon, and then that's it for your plays. You can't go for another extra deck summon, so in most situations you won't be able to go full ham and special summon multiple extra deck summons. Or, you know, you have to special summon first, like BLS, your Chaos monsters, Super Bolt Thunder Dragon, and then, if you have the option, go for the Link summon of your Gullveig. So, big restriction, something to keep in mind, right? The new level 4, your Elvis of the Nordic, Alpha, I believe the name is very solid, not sure if it's a 3-off, since I'm already running a lot of Nordic monsters, same for Rescue Catride. Hand traps, 40 cards, but like always, feel free to leave suggestions. Let's see a couple of example duels. Okay, first example, against Harpies. His opponent starting off, and definitely, well, I might have to main deck more hand traps, maybe Effect Failure, being a light is very appropriate, right? As you see, Thunder Dragon definitely goes well with Nordics, right? I mean, Thunder Dragon itself, the regular Thunder Dragon, is already like one card, this card into 2 cards, so 2 cards potentially to be banished off of your Gullveig, right? But the biggest weakness of this deck, as you probably know, is interruptions / hand traps. I'm looking at Ghost Ogre, Ash Blossom, Impermanence. Those cards immediately stop your plays, stop your Rescue Cat from going off, stop your 1-card Link summon into Gullveig, and you know Gullveig's effect. So hand traps is this deck's biggest weakness, and every deck pretty much nowadays runs hand traps, right? So again, this deck, that's definitely one of the reasons why this deck won't be that fantastic, but it's definitely a good fun deck, but big weakness is the hand traps, and cards like Called by the Grave you can't really run in a Sekka build. The advantage of Sekka is, well, it's pretty much a built-in draw engine, right? And it can potentially send back those useless cards in your hand back to the deck to draw on pretty much like an extra card. But the biggest downside is that you can't run cards like Allure of Darkness, Gold Sark, Twin Twister maybe, to get rid of your opponent's back rows. And also, of course, Called by the Grave to prevent your opponent's hand traps from going off. So again, in most situations when your opponent has a hand trap or more hand traps to prevent you from getting off Gullveig, you probably already have lost the game, right? Unicorn to get rid of the Excite Knight and pretty much attack for game. So normal summon one of the new level 4s, and that's something I definitely like about this new Nordic, or Nordics in general, is that thanks to this new Link monster, very similar to Volcanics, getting a new card, and they immediately go up in the tier ladder, yeah, indeed in the tier ladder, becoming much better as they were used to be. But yeah, that's something I definitely like about Nordics. Okay, the Link monster has some built-in protection effect for an Aesir Nordic Synchro monster, so that's all good. And the regular Nordic monsters, some of them also have that built-in special summon effect during the end phase. So, you know, banishing itself and then special summon the Synchro that was destroyed during that same turn. So I definitely like that. It's definitely solid to again gain some advantage out of this huge Synchro summon. You need to put those Aesir monsters, your Nordic synchros on your side of the field, right? Anyway, I definitely expected a mass change here, but he doesn't have it, so that's all good. Super Bolt, it's definitely one of those stronger boss monsters, but as I mentioned before, won't be like your 100% to go-to boss monster because of Gullveg's biggest restriction, right? Only, well, no special summons after, well, except of course the synchro summon of your Nordic monster, but you're definitely going to survive it. I think like 300 life points, but that's more than enough, and as you'll see in a couple of moments, I pretty much can go for a game. He has one unknown card, and I probably should have played around another Neos, right? But yeah, whatever, to each their own. So drop the, and that's definitely something I like. Okay, the biggest restriction of your Nordic monster is as soon as you use the effect, you cannot special summon after that, but you know, just drop your Chaos Boss monsters before. Here in this case, dropping the Aeon Thunder Dragon, gain some more searches, maybe drop a BLS, some more beat sticks, more attack power on the field, and then use your Gullveg's effect, and then eventually attack for a game. So again, another example against Harpies, the opponent starting off, and this is definitely a good start, but as you know, Harpies do main deck multiple negations, as in, well, the hand traps, of course, and there, what is it, Featherstorm? Featherstorm is basically a Maxi for Harpies, right? It can be activated from the hand, being a regular trap card, and it stuns your opponent's monster's effects for the entire turn, and this is Monster Mash, so it's basically a Maxi against this particular deck. So going for Super Bolt over his yes, it's I think one of my only follow-up plays, right, being just a beat stick on the field, but I think he's eventually going for, yeah, a big eye, so maybe I should have gone for the Nordic summon, right? Okay, I could have gotten, or at least I would have gotten more damage, but now I'm under the Super Bolt to prevent searching effect, so I can't really go for the Gullveg summon, and this is, at least they should be GG if indeed he top decks into another monster. Another example again, just normal summon on the Nordics and run into one of the hand traps. Okay, that's all good. Sadly, no hand trap. Again, and that's, I think, one of the reasons why I might add more hand traps because of this. I mean, if you're opening the turn and your opponent does have the Ash Blossom, the Impermanence or Veiler or something like that to prevent the Gullveg from going off, you need follow-up play. And in case of Light of Sega build, you're not really learning like Back Row Strike or Impermanence, right? So dropping the, yeah, basically some extra link summons, right, and eventually going for another Nordic summon. Well, you know, first getting those special summons like Super Bolt, your Aeon, your Chaos monsters, going for the Aesir, the Synchro summon, and this should be, I think, more than enough to attack for a game. No, indeed, but again, having the Super Bolt Thunder Dragon on the field and the Ash Blossom in hand, this should be GG well played. Again, going first here, making use of the normal summon of the Nordic monster, and I believe banishing the two better targets, I think, being the Bolt Thunder Dragon and the smaller Thunder Dragon, gain those extra searches, discard one of the Thunder Dragons, gain back your Super Bolt. That can be important during your opponent's turn. Just discard your Bolt Thunder Dragon, set up a Dark in your graveyard for BLS, right? I think that's something I should have done here, although, well, okay, it doesn't really matter that much. Already had a Dark set up in the graveyard, but that's something to keep in mind, right? Hyperstar, I believe its name got changed, but yeah, just go ham, right, and drop everything to attack for a game. Another old Blue Eyes, normal summon Zekats, everyone who knows that reference from years ago, Light of Sega, gaining some extra draws and having two hand traps as somewhat of a protection. So, okay, I should survive this one, and hopefully I can blow him away, blow him back with some Chaos plays next turn, and then eventually a normal summon of Nordic and go for the Nordic shenanigans. Only the alternative, and a couple of cards in his hand who you already know. So normal summon the Elvis, no special summons, no chaos, so immediately go for the Nordic summon and go for, is it Thor? I believe it's, no, it's Odin indeed. I believe Odin is one of the, if not the best, most attack, biggest attack stat of all the Aesir Nordic synchro monsters, and yeah, the protection effect is not really that important, but it's just, you know, you can reborn it, draw a card, etc, etc. So dropping the Chaos Boss monster, no Nordic sadly, so eventually they should be game, I think, gaining some extra searches and more than enough attack power to attack for a game. Again, against Cosmos, this should be the last round. Going first, yeah, going first, going second. Doesn't really matter that much. Again, going second, the opponent does have the opportunity to set like a potential Solemn Strike, a Solemn Warning, or those cards. Or Impermanence, if not going first. Impermanence is that card that definitely stops your place, either going first or second. Dark Destroyer is forced to pop the Link monster. He does go for the Suicide, but... yeah, during the end phase, I believe one of the 3 cards is another Dark Destroyer, so that's a problem. I can't go for the, what is it called, the Link Summon for the Gullveig, and yeah, that just puts me back by a lot, especially because of the hand trap here. Yeah, again, this... Okay, I can reborn the Odin with, you know, the in-hand, or at least the engrave effect of my Nordic monsters, but nope, it's not going to cut it. He will get back another copy of Dark Destroyer and eventually he will be able to attack for games. So this is one of the reasons why I might go to, like, not a Sekka build, but more back row, Solemn Strikes, Warnings, Impermanence, more hand traps maybe, but the Sekka does give you some extra speed, and because of Gullveig's discard effect, or well, yeah, banishing effect, you need other cards, other fodder for it to banish. So yeah, it depends. Tokens or Mind Control are definitely cards. Scapegoat are definitely solid additions if you want, at least in not the Sekka build, to be banished for your Gullveig's effect. Maybe the Hippo Carnival or something like that, right? But again, like always, feel free to leave suggestions. Okay, guys, that's it. Thanks for watching and feel free to leave a comment or like if you enjoyed the video. Lead signing out. Peace.